Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the third person movement and also the third person camera like it is in the games like PUBG or Call of Duty.
Harrier's waiting for your mark. Reloading! Harrier standing by.
So we have the basic 3D scene load up. So what we are going to do in the first is we are going to add a plane to our 3D scene. And we can just basically we are going to reset its position so that it's in the center of our scene. It's positioned in the center of our scene, and we can now just press R and scale it to something like this. Okay, so now if you want a different color for this, what you can do is go in, right click and create a material. You can call this anything as plane material, and we can just give this a select a color for this material. For now I'm going to select it something like this, and we can just drag and drop it on this one. So as you can see, now our material is also loaded up. This is the game view. This is what the game is going to look like. So now once we have this set up, we can create a bunch of obstacles. So let's just create them. Alright, so I have created a bunch of obstacles for my player, for the main character. We can just simply select all this using shift, and we can create them as a child of the plane, so that when we move the plane, or we can just say it as the ground, so when we move the ground, the obstacles move with it. Alright, so once this is set up, for the third person camera we are going to need a package. So for that, what you have to do is go into window and then to package manager. Then once the package manager loads up, what you have to do is install the package called as Cinemachine, which right now I have inside my scene. I have installed it. So if you don't have it installed, it will show up here as install. Right, so once that is load up too, now we have to create a player. So we'll just go ahead and create a bean, and we'll just reset its position. Now to this bean, as you can see in the game view, this bean does not touch our ground. So what we can do for that is we can add a rigid body component to the bean, and as when we start the game we don't want the bean to fall in any direction, we are going to freeze rotations in the constraints, freeze X, Y and Z rotations. This won't affect our movement or rotation in the game in any way. Alright, so now what we have to do is we have to create a face so that we know which side our capsule or our player is facing. So what we can do is we can create a 3D game object, a cube. We're going to reset its position, and we can create this a child of the player, and this cube should actually be somewhere around here, and also should be in the scale. So now as you can see, we have a face for our player which can basically tell us which way our player is looking. Okay, so if you want to give your player a color, what you can do is again create material. I'm just going to create a material for some objects here. Alright, so once this is done, we now can set up the third person camera. We'll add the player movement later after we have done adding with the camera. So for the camera, once we have installed Cinemachine, we'll be able to see something as Cinemachine in the files view, file section, and in that we have to create a free look camera, and we can just name this as third person camera. So what this needs, this camera, what this needs is a object to follow and an object to look at. So we are not just going to add the player, but we are going to make another game object, empty component, and we are going to name this as third person player and this third person player should actually be in the center, and also this player location should be in the center. And now this player needs to be a child of this third person player. So now that when we give our Cinemachine a game object to look at, we are going to give it this game object. So we just now go ahead and drag it in the follow point and also in the look at. So now as you can see, the camera actually doesn't look at the player, but to fix that, what we can do is we are going to, if you see in the scene view, you can see some red lines over here. Those are known as the orbits. So in what happens is that our camera is actually going to move around on that orbits, and it is going to be moving in just a sphere. So what we need to do is we are just going to change the heights of the bottom rig. We are going to set it near to the ground but not below the ground, and also we can change its radius to something as 10, so that a player will be seen properly. And same goes for in the middle rig. We want it to be in the middle, so we are just going to change its radius to something as 12.5. And the same thing happens here. The height needs to be somewhat above this, and the radius over here we can change it to 10. You can obviously play around with these values as you want. Alright, so now we kind of have our Cinemachine or our third person camera setup. So now let's try and play it. So now as you can see, our camera actually follows our mouse. So what you can do is you can just look around everywhere, and as in the player game object, we freeze the rotation of X, Y and Z axis. The player isn't falling off. So now as you see, this is a third person camera, but it isn't as much good as it is in PUBG or in Call of Duty. So for that, what we need to do is we basically need to go in the third person camera, and we need to invert our y-axis. No, we don't need to invert our y-axis, but if you see, sometimes your x-axis might be inverted, so we can just change that to not inverted, or we can just untick the box of inverted on the x-axis. Now you see this axle timing, which by default is 0.1. It is how fast our camera looks around on our mouse. So I'm just going to change this to 0.01. Same over here, and same we are going to do on the y-axis too. And we can now change the speed. As the speed on the y-axis was 2, we can change it to 4, and over here we can change this to 600 maybe. So this should do it. So now when you play the game, you should be able to see your player, and it should be a proper third person camera. And if you want, you can now invert the y-axis too. It depends on how you want it. Okay, so this is how third person camera is basically. And now let us set up the player movement. Alright, so for the player movement, we are going to go ahead and create a script, and we are going to call it as player movement. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and finish writing the code and explain it to you later how the code works. So when we add a movement to our player, we also need to add one more component to the player named as character controller, which is going to control the movement of our player. Alright, so I've completed writing the code. What we have done in the first section is we have created all the variables we are going to need. And in this void start function, what I have done is that I have made our cursor invisible during the game, so that when we rotate around in the viewport, we cannot see your cursor. And while in the game, if your cursor is disabled and you want to view it, what you can do is simply press escape, which is going to make your cursor enabled. and pressing it again will also disable it. Yeah, that works only if you have this code written. Alright, so now let's head back to the void update function. In the void update, we are getting the input of our x and z axis using the raw input, which is horizontal and vertical, which is basically our arrow keys or our WASD. Then we go ahead and create a new vector 3, name it as direction. So what we do in that is we basically get the player to rotate where our camera is looking. Alright, so now in Unity we are just going to give our third person player component this player script. Alright, so once we have given it the script, we are going to find something here as a speed, our turn smoothness, which is going to smooth out the turn which we have, and also turn velocity. So I'm just going to set the turn velocity to 0.1, the smooth turn to 0.1, the speed which we have set by default to 6, I'm just going to change it to something as 15, so it makes our game or our default scene look a bit more speedy. And now in the controller we are just going to drag and drop this controller which we just added to our player, and in the camera we are going to add the main camera. Alright, so this is it. So when we play the game now, we should be able to move around. And our player will also look at our camera. So if we move something, if we are looking somewhere and moving forward, at the same time our player should be doing that too. Okay guys, this was it for today's video. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and the dislike button if you didn't, and also subscribe.